The first speech that we will do is a speech of introduction, and the speech of introduction asks that you think of yourself metaphorically. What in the world best represents you? Are you like fine wine? Do you think, you know, a lighthouse best represents you, or maybe you're more like a puzzle? What is something that exemplifies you? And what you're going to do is you're going to choose three things as your main points related to it and think about the ways in which it can demonstrate who you are. So you are going to have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion in the speech, and you will notice that that outline is here on Canvas for you. So in the introduction, we ask you to do five things. Um, you know, have some sort of attention getter. Then you're going to tell the audience who you are. Then you are going to say why people should care. Then you're going to have a thesis and you're going to have a preview. We'll talk about those five elements in the introduction in a lot of the speeches. And then we ask you to come up with three main points, and then you'll have a transition between each one of those points. And then you'll have a conclusion that will kind of restate your thesis, maybe do a review of your main points, and then has some sort of tie back to your opener or some sort of strong ending. On Canvas, we have provided a sample outline for you, and that would be if I was going to give a speech introducing myself. This speech is 2 to 3.5 minutes, and we have a 30-second leeway on our assignments, so you need to be somewhere between 1:30 and 4 minutes. So on this sample outline, it would be the outline that I would have written if I was going to deliver this speech and introduce myself. So if I was going to open my speech, I would talk about how I fell in love in middle school. And it wasn't with James, who was my boyfriend when I was in seventh grade, but instead, what I really fell in love with was the idea that I enjoy sharing my opinion or my thoughts. And maybe you can relate to that idea of really having a space where you can be yourself and share what you really think. So my name is Mary, and I love speeches. I like giving them, I like listening to them, I like helping other people gain confidence in public speaking. And I have been a speech coach for over 20 years, and I have coached and worked with thousands of students at this point. And despite like technology evolving and we have a lot of ways to share messages, public speaking is still important, and it's invaluable in both our communities and in the workplace. And so today I'd like to share a little bit about myself, and I'd like to explain to you how I am like a podium. And I think a podium exemplifies me in three ways. I'm sturdy. I have a need to feel alive, and I need others to feel alive, and I love public speaking. So when I think first about how I'm sturdy like a podium, podiums need to be strong, and so they can't wobble. And I like to think that that is one of the benefits that my family gave me genetically. Last year, I had breast cancer. And I was so thankful that I have, a strong stomach. I don't get wheezy very often, and I tend to weather health problems. So I was a champion through my chemo. I did, and I think it really is because, I'm made from sturdy stock. I also need other people to feel alive. I love to talk with people. I love to hear people's stories. I'm interested in, their lived experiences. I love to debate people. I know that some of you need time alone. I don't. I love to be with people. It's how I feel alive. And the third thing is that I've always loved public speaking. It's something that I was introduced to in seventh grade. Mrs. Washer told me that perhaps choir wasn't for me and that maybe public speaking was. And quickly into the semester, I knew that this was something that I really enjoy. And I like watching it. I like studying it. I like growing in it. So those are the three ways that public speaking or a podium it exemplifies me, and so I hope you learn more about me, and that the next time you see a podium, you might notice how strong it is or how it's people that are what make a podium work, and that it has the ability to enable all of us to become amazing speakers. And when I think back about middle school, it's kind of cringy, but I am happy that I took my first public speaking class. So that is the model that we would follow. And you can sort of write that for your own. So what you're going to submit is you're going to submit two things for this assignment. One is you're going to submit the outline that you're going to write. And then the second thing is you're going to submit a link to YouTube. So if you don't know how to do that, there's directions on Canvas for you. And when you film yourself, you're going to film yourself via landscape. You're going to only use one note card and you're going to show us that note card. You are going to secure an audience of three people. You're going to show us the audience. Then you're going to have the camera turn, somebody in the audience holds your phone while you give your speech and they record you. And then you're going to show the audience after it as well. And then you're going to show us the front and back of your note card so we know that you only used one note card. And you are going to be standing up when you deliver the speech. If you do all of those components, then you won't receive any deduction. So each one of these are like deductions in the class. And then we'll give you a little bit of feedback on how was your organization, and then what about your delivery, and we'll sort of see collectively as a group what are some of our strengths and what are some of our weaknesses. And then we get to know you a little bit better from this presentation. So remember, it's anywhere between 1.5 and 4 minutes, and it's a speech of metaphor. It's a metaphoric speech. What is something that represents you? And you can use one note card. You're going to film it. You're going to upload it to YouTube. Then you're going to share that link with us, and you're going to make sure that that link is accessible by somebody, because you're going to make it either public or unlisted. You don't want it private because only you can see a private video on YouTube. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to watching these speeches.